All right, so today, you do want to have light weights if you choose to use them. I keep forgetting to bring the light weights back from my studio. So I've got my 10 pounds here. I will use them, maybe not. I might not use them today, but weights are always welcome. Have a blanket in case you need a blanket. And when we get to some movements, our forward folds or getting up from the floor, our blocks are our friends. So today, we're going to start standing. Just going to do a little bit of warm up of our big joints. So we're going to roll our shoulders up and back a few times, taking some nice deep breaths. Forward. And here comes the rain. We got some rain coming now. Cleansing our first day of fall. The equinox is here. Now let's take our arms up and down. Just inhaling up and down. Inhale up and down. Arms come out. We're going to point our fingertips to the ceiling, to the floor, and just do that a few times. Good. And then circle your wrists in one direction. Circle them in the other direction. And then take your palms facing you and just flick your arms down. Just flick them open. This is great. This is also a Qigong a movement to open up the meridians in the arms, namely the heart, the pericardium, and the small intestine. So just giving a little flick here. Roll your shoulders up and back again. Exhale, chin to chest. And let's look over one shoulder and look over the other shoulder. So just making these nice half circles in one direction and the other direction. And when you feel like your neck is nice and loose, and then come back to the center. Look over the left and look over the right. So just moving side to side. I think I mentioned before, sometimes when we're using weights, we tend to engage more of the neck muscles than we want to. Come back to center. And that's just from doing this motion. Like if we're lifting up or we're lifting overhead, we tend to scrunch up here and engage these upper traps and our neck muscles a little bit much. So you all know my secret of keeping your fingers open when you're holding the weights. It makes you use the muscle and not grip the weights and squeeze your neck and shoulder muscles. Let's take our fingers, interlace them together. Let's stretch the palms forward, reach the arms up, turn your head again side to side, bring the palms in front, turn the palms towards you, reach up overhead, palms are facing the top of your head, and just turn your head side to side. And exhale and release. Give your shoulders another roll, hands on the hips. And let's take our feet a little bit wider apart. Let's start with making small, tiny circles. Really focusing on feeling the hip joints, feeling the glutes engage. So start to feel your glutes, squeezing your glutes as your pelvis comes forward, starting to wake the glutes up. If we do a lot of sitting, our glutes get weak. And then other direction, little tiny circles. Hips, glutes, good. Now we're just going to make that bigger with our body. You can bend your knees, starting to feel a bit more movement in the waist and the low back. Still have your glutes active. You can feel the hip sockets and a nice big circle, waist and back. Now you might notice some tightness in the backs of the hamstrings, especially as you come forward. Reverse that direction, nice big circles. You don't have to take your legs further apart, just keep that little bend in the knees. Good, and then come back up to center. Now, let's work with our knees and our balance a little bit. Let's squeeze a glute and lift our knee up high. See if you can balance. Good. From here, see if you can drop the toes towards the floor. Circle the knee like you're stirring a pot. You can use your wall or chair if you need to hang on to. Circle the pot in the other direction. And then flex and point your foot. Squeeze that glute of the standing leg. Good. Now turn that leg out. Whoops. Bring it back in. Or maybe across the body a little bit. Out and across. One more time. And across and release. Give your legs a shake. Roll the shoulders again. Nice deep breath. And then stand on the opposite leg. Squeeze that glute. Lift the opposite leg as high as you can. Good. Point the toes down. Circle the pot. Circle the other direction. Good. Flex the foot. Point the foot a few times. And then bring that leg out. Whoops. And across. This is my weaker glute. So you'll notice it's harder for me to balance on my side where my glute is weaker. And release. And give your shoulders a nice roll. Then we're just going to bend our knees, come down a little bit and stand up. Nice little bend and up. Notice knees, notice ankles, and up. And one more. Good. Roll the shoulders up and back. We're going to take a little bit of a wider stance to start. So options for here are standing like this. You can come with a little bit of a bend in your knees. You can also take a nice wide horse stance if that feels good for you, whatever feels comfortable in your body. We're going to start with a punch and a punch, punch and a punch. So when you go to the left, your right leg straightens. When you go to the right, your left leg straightens. So punch and punch, punch, nice loose punches. And start to really feel a couple of things happening. When you're punching to the right, you feel that press into the right foot, that twist into the right side of the waist. When you press into the left, you feel the opposite. Press into the left foot, twist in the left waist. Your body, your upper body, your shoulders stay relaxed away from the ears. We're just press punching and punching. Good. We got about one more 30-second with the single punches. Breathing in, breathing out, doing a little bit of cardio today. If this is hard on your knees, just stand up a little bit. And by that, you can just stand here, turn your waist, little bend in the knees, and turn the waist. Lots of options. Now we're going to add a double punch. Punch, punch, punch. Make sure you reach out and all the way back in. All the way back in with that elbow. Really reach out, really reach in. Double punches. Double punches. Twisting and pressing with that opposite foot. Breathing. Should be working up a little sweat now. Starting to shine, or what's that word we say? Glisten, sparkle. All those fun words rather than sweating. A couple more double punches. All the way out, all the way back. Last time. Bring your feet together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach down. Just do a little marches. Inhale up. And exhale. Roll your shoulders. Take those feet a little bit apart again. Once you get comfortable, we're going to come into like a little squat and a curl. Squat and a curl, just a little bit. And again, if you're standing, your option is bend the knees a little bit. Just bend them a little. Squat and curl, little squat, not a deep squat. It's more like we're just bending our knees, squatting and curling. Good, now we're gonna pick that up. That's it, pick up the pace. 6. Let's take it overhead. Nice and slow now, we're slow down. Take it overhead. If your knees are bothering you, just bring them together. Take the squat out of the equation, move the arms. That's it. Couple more. March and breathe. If you feel like just rolling your shoulders, you can just roll your shoulders. Nice deep breath. Beautiful. Then we're going to take our feet a little bit apart again. Good. This time we're going to reach up and down, up and down. Just one side. Up and down, up and down. Moving side to side. If it's bad on your knees or you don't feel comfortable in knees, lift up and down, up and down. Just make a little bend with your knees. Either way is fine. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Other side. Crossing our arms. It's almost like you're flicking, reaching up, reaching down. Good. Back to the center. We're going to cross our arms and down, up, down, up. Nine. Let's go for 20. This is 10. 10 more. Squeeze those glutes. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one. Roll your shoulders. Bring your feet together. Nice deep breath. And exhale. Okay, last one. We're going to have our, well, it's always optional. You can sit on a chair. Heels can be on a blanket. Or you can just stand instead of coming into a chair pose. But what we're going to do is we're going to come into that little chair pose bend. And we're just going to reach back, up, just to get that movement in the triceps, making sure you're squeezing the triceps as you come back, that muscle back here, and up, back, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, up. If chair is too much, just straighten it up. Take one leg in front of the other. Three more. Last one. Roll your shoulders, take a nice deep breath. Inhale, let's take our feet apart, reach our arms up, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. And one more, inhale, and exhale. Beautiful. Last one is we're going to do two more, and these are standing crunches. So the one is like this. Okay, the other one is like this. So you can sit and do these if you want to, and you can sit on the chair. That's totally a good option. You can have your feet apart, just hips distance apart. I usually have mine just a bit wider, and my arms are in cactus, and then I squeeze up, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this is 8, sorry, 9, 10. Deep breath. Nice deep breath. Good. Now the next one's a little bit harder because we're going to double it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! Halfway there. 6, 7. Stick with singles if that's better for you. 2 more. Last one. And breathe. Roll your shoulders. Let's inhale, reach our arms up. Exhale, reach our arms out. Reach back with the tailbone. Slowly come forward. Inhale, reach your arms by your ears, press back up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Give your shoulders a nice roll. Beautiful. Take a drink if you need. We have one more. So this one works actually on the chair. It's a little challenging when you're sitting and you bring the knee up like you're trying to bring it between your arms. So you can do that standing or sitting. I find sitting a little challenging. So pick your the way you want to do that. And let's try to do, I think we'll change it up. Instead of going 1 in 1, we're going to do 10 on one leg, 10 on the other leg. So that's going to make us use our glute muscle and start to strengthen that for balance. So pick a leg to start. And we're going to go 1, 2, just tap the toe down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take a nice deep breath. Take your feet nice and wide. Inhale, reach up. This time when you exhale, reach back with the tailbone, bend the knees, come forward on your exhale. Inhale, reach back up. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly roll up or reach up and rise up. Bring your feet together. Take a nice deep breath. Let's add one more balance. Let's do stork spreads its wings for working with those glutes again. So maybe you're standing on the right leg. The right glute is nice and tight. A couple of options is just to lift the arms, lift the knee, and then just drop the toe. That's a good one. Or you can lift up and then bend the standing leg and tap the toe out in front of you, and then slide the toe back in as your arms come down, and then reach up again. 2. So pick which one works for you, nice and slow. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. The last one. So notice how that glute feels. Oh, I've got a hawk outside. I hear it. Cool, cool. Now we're going to take the other glute. We're going to come up and down if that feels good, or we're going to come up and out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Take a shake. Take a deep breath. Maybe grab a little water. Good work. Okay, so have your weights nearby. And I think, well, I'll start with my 10-pounders. We'll see how that goes. But I'm going to have them up here near the top of the mat. We're going to start with a few forward folds just to loosen up a bit more. So inhaling, let's come into that upward salute, reaching up. You can have your arms in cactus, however feels good for you. You can even just keep your arms back behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the glutes. And then exhale, reach forward. Come into that forward fold. Maybe you rest your hands on your blocks to start. Knees are softly bent. Maybe shake your head yes and no. Relax the shoulders and elbows. Maybe you bend one knee, straighten the other leg, stretching out the backs of the hamstrings slightly. Beautiful. And then from here, if you're using your weights, you can pick them up. Roll up slowly, roll the shoulders, and then let's step back with the right foot. So we're in that warrior one pose, taking this back leg as wide as you need it to keep stable. Perfect. So from here, we're going to do bicep curl. So palms are up. We're going to come into a bicep curl, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, elbows are tucked, good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good. 10, up into a press. 1, just like we did earlier, down. 2, up, down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Good. Last one, let's hold up here. Let's turn our palms to the front, come into cactus shape. Beautiful. Let's bring in our elbows and elbows out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to keep those elbows up. 7, 8, 9, 10. Press up. Turn your palms towards each other. Bring the elbows in. Lower the weights. Step the back foot up. Take a nice roll. And reach back with the tailbone. Slowly come into a forward fold. Hands could come to the blocks. Take a break. Nice deep breath. And then bend the knees. Reach out with the arms. Rise up. You can also roll up. And exhale down. Good. I'm going to do the second set without the weights because those 10s were just pushing it for me. So inhale, upward salute. And exhale, reach forward. Take a nice deep breath here. Maybe pedal the feet again. When you're ready, well, you know what? I'm going to try it. Lift your weights, roll back up. This time we're going to step back with the left foot in our warrior one. Good. Lots of biceps today, lots of glutes today. Palms face up. And we're going to do 10 curls. Squeezing the bicep. Squeeze. 4. Looking good. 5. Breathing. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Take it overhead. 1. Nice and slow. 2. 3. Remember my little trick. Keep your fingers open on the weight so that you're just using the muscles. 5. 6. 7. 3 more. You got this. Last one. We're going to hold it up. Turn the palms to the front. Come down into your cactus. Beautiful. In, out. 2, out. 3, out. 4, out. 5, out. 6, out. 7, out. 8, squeeze those shoulder blades. 9, 10, press up, palms together, lower elbows in, lower arms down, step up, roll your shoulders, take a nice deep breath. Little tiny bit of space between your legs. Just make some side to side movements. You can let your weights just slide down your leg, moving gently side to side. That's it. Beautiful. Good. Now, we're going to come back up to the top of the mat. I'm just going to use one weight because it's 10 pounds. If you're using 2, 3 pounds, that means you're using 6 pounds, or you can just use one weight. So just have both of them there. We're going to do, I should show you what we're going to do and then you could decide. We're going to come into our warrior 2 pose, and then we're going to do over, behind, triceps. Okay? Up, back, up, in front. Okay? So decide if you want to use 1 or 2 weights. We're going to do that movement in a warrior 2 position. So starting at the top of the mat, roll the shoulders, inhale, reach up, upward salute, squeeze the shoulder blades, exhale, reach out, nice, big, long, full body stretch, nice deep breath. One more. So grab your weights or weights. Slowly come back up to stand. Step back with the right foot in warrior two. Good. And have your arms out in warrior two to start. Good. And then release. Grab one weight or both weights if you have two here. You're going to bring them up overhead. And then we're going to press behind with the tricep, back up, lower in front. And when you come in front, try to keep those elbows close together. Elbows are by the ears, squeeze back, come up, elbows together, okay? Back, up, and right in front, elbows together. So from the side, it looks like this, up, back, up. It's almost like the weight will be right in front of your face. Good. That's about 4, 5, 6. Remember, you don't have to stand in warrior two. You can stand however you want. Love it, Annette. Love it. Good job. I lost track of counting. I'm going to say this is 8. And 9. And 10. And then just release the weight down. Let's straighten that left leg. Take your one, if you have 2 weights, you have both weights in the hands, and one in each hand. If you have 1 weight, just take it in the middle, bend the knees, and slowly roll down. Let the head release. Move side to side. Side to side. Good job, everyone. If you have 1 weight or 2 weights, start to roll back up. Nice and slowly. Then we're going to turn that right foot out. Come into warrior two. We're going to bring our arms up overhead. And we're going to press back, up, down. Good. 2, up, down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower the weight, turn that foot to the front, and reach back with the tailbone. Let your hands come down. Take a nice deep breath, let the crown of your head relax, and maybe move side to side. Slowly pick up your weight. Turn the left foot to the front and turn the right foot towards the left foot. So a couple options here. We're going to come into a lunge. So you can take your lunge high, so a high crescent lunge, or take a moment and bring the right foot down and come into a lunge on the ground. So either way, you can be on the ground or you can be in a high lunge. So we're going to assume that you're using 2 weights at this point, and our arms are going to come up in our high lunge. We're going to come out in cactus. We're going to squeeze up. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. From here, maybe you'd lower the weights to the ground. Maybe grab your blocks. See if you can step back up. Take a moment in that forward fold. Nice deep breath. And then step back with the right foot. Get into your position. Maybe pick up your weights, maybe not. We're going to inhale, come up. Exhale, cactus. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly lower. Drop your weights or take your hands to your blocks. Come up to the top. Bend the knees, reach out with your arms, press into the feet, rise up, and release. Good. From here, we're just going to do a little bit of our knocking on Heaven's Gate, just to loosen, just relaxing our arms, stretching them a little bit, letting go of the weights, letting go of the control. Nice deep breaths. Slowly bring that to a stop. Good. Take your left arm over, take your right arm and just grab the elbow. If that doesn't work, you can just do this. Whatever feels good. Maybe give yourself a little side bend. And then switch. Give your arms some circles. Other direction. Beautiful. Now we're going to come down onto our backs. So maybe have a blanket for underneath your head, especially if your chin reaches up to the ceiling, if you have a little bit of that forward head posture. Good job. We're going to start with our knees bent. So take a moment. I always like to take a moment and just get comfortable on the floor. So just feeling my back, my shoulders, maybe moving my head a little, maybe moving my knees, feeling the contact with the sacrum against the mat. Just see how that all feels. And then make sure you have a little bit of space between your legs so that if you were to look between your legs, you can see that they're separated hips distance apart. We're going to take our hands behind our head and leave our elbows open nice and wide. Our hands are just holding the head. We're not pulling up with the head. We're lifting from the center of the chest and just peeking between our legs and back down. Up, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6. This targets the upper abs. 8, down, 9, down, 10, and let that go. Take a nice deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. Now we're going to come to the left side. So we're going to lift that left knee in a tabletop. And as we come up in that little crunch we just made, we're going to slightly turn to the left and down, up, down, 3, down, 4, down. Lift up from the chest. It's a little tiny crunch. You're not coming anywhere close to your knee. You're just making that diagonal movement. 8, down, 9, down, 10, down. Switch. Right knee comes up. Arms and elbows are open wide. Head supported with the hands. Crunch up, lifting from the chest. Over towards the right knee and down. 2, down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Up, down. Lower that leg. Stretch the legs out long. Reach the arms overhead. Give your abs a little stretch. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more in. And out. Bring your arms up to the ceiling. Imagine you're climbing hand over fist, massaging the upper shoulders, the shoulder blades, rocking side to side, and then come back to the center, reach the fingertips up, and then drop the shoulder blades down to the ground. You can keep your arms up like this, or you can lower the elbows to the ground so that just your forearms are reaching up to the ceiling. We're going to bend both of our knees, place your feet on the floor, bring one knee up to tabletop, and if you can, bring the other. Good. We're going to extend the left leg, reach overhead with the right arm. So like a big long scissor, and come back. And other side. So to use our brain here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got this. 7. We're almost done. Keep breathing. We only have 2 more. 9. Last one. 10. Place your feet on the floor, relax your arms, and just give your knees a little side to side. Nice deep breath. That was a tough one. Let's reposition. Let's take our hands back up to the ceiling, drop those shoulder blades to the mat. Bringing one leg up to tabletop, and then the other if you can. Good. Let's do 10 double toe taps. Move from the hips, tap the toes. 1, 2, exhaling as you tap. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can always go to singles. And 10. Take your feet to the mat, bring your arms back down, stretch the legs long, arms overhead, give yourself a nice deep breath. One more. And then slowly bend the knees. Good. Bring your arms back down. So you can have your arms on the side, again, fingertips to the ceiling, just with the elbows on the ground, or arms all the way up, doesn't matter. We're going to bring those legs back into tabletop, and then we're just going to bicycle the legs, in and out with the other, in with the left, out with the right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See if you can hold both legs out and a few inches above the mat. And lower. Stretch. Take a nice deep breath. And then bend the knees. Let's take the right ankle above the left knee on the foot, flex the right foot, drop the right foot over to the left side, coming into a figure 4 stretch, twist, figure 4 twist. Take a couple breaths here. Maybe you turn your head over to the right. You don't have to. Let's see what feels good. Slowly come back up to the center, and then take the left leg, draw it in to the chest if you can, coming into that figure 4 stretch, keeping the right foot flexed, just feeling that stretch in the right hip. You can circle the left ankle. And other direction. Hug that knee in a little bit more. One more deep breath. Release. Take the right foot to the mat. And then we're going to switch, bringing the left ankle above the right knee. Flex the left foot. And then just drop it over to the right. Holding here, maybe turning your head to the left for a few deep breaths. And returning back to the center, hugging the right knee into the chest if you want. Circling up right ankle a few times in each direction. Really hugging that knee in, taking a nice deep breath. And slowly releasing that foot to the ground. And then making sure the feet are about hips distance apart to start. We're going to press our feet in, flatten the back, lift the hips up. And then as we exhale, lower all the way back down. Press the feet, inhale, lift, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, roll back down. And lift. And lower. Two more. Press the feet, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, and lower. And last one. And lower. Heel toe your feet to the outer edges of the mat. Press the feet in, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, and lower. And two, squeeze, lift, and lower. And three, and four, squeeze, lift, lower. Last one, squeeze, lift, lower. And then bring the knees into the chest. Maybe make a circle, hands on the knees, circling the hips, massaging the sacrum. Or just hugging your knees, moving side to side. If you enjoy a happy baby pose, you can take a happy baby pose here, getting a little bit more of a stretch in the inner thighs. And then maybe taking another nice long stretch. And eventually just settling into a shavasana, a relaxation pose of your choice. Coming into that pose, maybe taking a drink of water if you still need to. Got some time to get settled into your relaxation pose. And start to notice your breath. Once you get comfortable, just start to breathe in and breathe out. Maybe even taking a few deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and letting everything go through the mouth. Feeling yourself relax and settle into the back of the mat. And then once you feel like your breathing has become slightly slower, pay attention a few times to your rib cage. Feel the ribs move in 3 dimensions. As you inhale, the ribs flare out to the side. The backs of the ribs press into the mat, and your belly and ribs in the front move up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, your belly relaxes. The ribs on the side come back to the center of the body. The ribs in the back release a bit from the back of the mat. Breathing in, breathing out, letting go. Now take your breath, move it down the back of your head and into your neck, really into the spine, noticing the vertebrae in the neck, the muscles in the back of the neck. Continue to follow your breath and move it down the spine to the place between the shoulder blades. As you're moving your breath and awareness down the spine, imagine your bones are healthy and strong. Your muscles that support the spine are strong and healthy. Continue to follow the spine down to the low back. Relaxing and feeling those strong low back muscles. All the way down to your sacrum. Take your awareness to your face. Allow your face to be relaxed, softening the muscles by putting a little smile on the corner of your mouth. And then move your awareness to the front of the neck, relaxing all those muscles in the front. Tops of the traps, the collarbones. Relaxing your shoulder joints. All the muscles in your arms that you use today. All the joints in your arms, your shoulder joints, your elbow joints, your wrists, your hands, and your feet. Feeling all the new muscle that you've created from using your weights today. And just making those movements with your arms. Then finally take your awareness to the hip joints, the glutes that we worked so much today. Feeling the strength and the power of your glutes. Strong muscles in your legs. Flexibility and health in your knee joints. Relaxing all the way down the lower legs into the feet that held us, supported us, kept us strong in our practice. And then move your breath any place else that you're needing a little relaxation. Really feel your inner strength. Know that strong is a feeling. It's not a look. Take a few more deep breaths here. Sending a little love and gratitude to your body for everything it was doing today, everything it's capable of doing. Take another deep breath, feeling some love and gratitude towards yourself and towards each other. And when you feel ready, start to move your fingers and toes, maybe move your head gently. And make your way over to one side or the other, or come up however you wish. And then let's take a nice deep breath together, inhaling, reaching overhead. Exhaling, hands to heart. I thank you for allowing me to guide you today in your practice, and I hope you can have a wonderful day and take whatever you need off the mat into the world. The light in me honors the light in each of you. If you have any questions, just feel free to unmute